Hello everyone, I am happy to see you again in this new video whose objective is to summarize the key elements of the main intervention modes described in the previous videos. Delegation of skills or time and material, delegation of responsibilities, competence center and service center. Let's start with the description of each intervention mode. The delegation of skills consists of making available to the client consultants with one or more areas of expertise. In the context of a delegation of responsibilities, the provider must provide deliverables and results that comply with the specifications expressed by the client on a predefined date. The External Competence Center is a dedicated or shared organization that integrates a set of different expertise, which the reference provider makes available to its client. Regarding the service center, the provider will provide predefined services in a service catalog and work units based on a result obligation. A few words about the obligations of means and results of these modes of intervention. A very important feature of skills delegation is that the service provider is bound by an obligation of means. It's the opposite. Regarding the delegation of responsibilities, the provider is obligated to deliver results. Regarding the competence center, it has consultants who mainly work at the client site in a skills delegation mode, which is an obligation of means. So, benefits at a flat rate are also implemented in case of necessity, but they do not constitute the majority. As mentioned a few seconds ago, the service center is subject to an obligation to perform services. If we now address the pricing of these modes of intervention, the price of delegation of skills is based on the time spent and on an average daily rate per profile. The delegation of responsibility is based on a fixed price provided that the client also fulfills their commitments. In other words, the price of the service is fixed even if the provider has not finished their mission by the specified end date in the contract. A billing schedule based on predefined and negotiated deliverables in the contract, of course. The center will bill services using daily rates and time spent by consultants for invoicing its services. As part of a skills delegation or on a flat rate basis within the framework of responsibilities delegation. The pricing of a service center is based on the unit prices and package prices of the different work units in the service catalog, multiplied by the corresponding volumes. The rate of work units may vary depending on the complexity level of their implementation. A productivity coefficient can be included in the evaluation of development costs for repetitive tasks. Let's now share some planning concepts. Regarding the delegation of expertise, from the expression of the need to the start of the mission, the formalized process can last on average 2 to 3 weeks. With regards to the selection process of a highly criteria service, it typically takes an average duration of 3 to 6 months on average. The longest and most important phases being framing and expressing the need. This duration is about 3 months for the selection of a competence center. When the latter is put into effect, it solely requires a week to onboard new consultants, naturally assuming they are accessible. For the service center, it takes 5-12 months to select a partner for the selection process. The step that is often underestimated the most is managing change and transition with operational teams in the process. What would be the advantages of each mode of intervention? The implementation of a delegation of powers is both simple, flexible, and fast. Companies delegate to control budget, guarantee result, and reduce risks of consultant intervention, ensuring desired outcome while minimizing social, legal risks of consultant involvement. There are numerous advantages regarding the competence center. The decrease in the number of partners and thus the decrease in administrative costs, management costs, and communication costs. Price optimization, primarily achieved through massification of volume, leading to enhanced visibility of expenses. Centralized monitoring of services, enhanced capitalization of valuable lessons learned. Improved management of transition activities, including knowledge transfer, leading to a decrease in social and legal risks. In addition to the benefits associated with competence centers, the service center will enable us to enhance efficiency and achieve economies of scale by consolidating and streamlining activities and processes. Tracking indicators allows for productivity gains. Work unit catalogs and pricing reductions allow for negotiating standard costs and deliverables in advance. It also allows to maintain a high level of expertise and measurable and guaranteed services. And ultimately, it eradicates and removes all social and legal risks associated with consultant interventions. To address limitations of intervention methods, companies use term intangible due to lack of time, visibility, and anticipation, hindering implementation of suitable contracts to control the overall cost of their projects. This intervention method is not sufficiently regulated and presents social and legal risks. This topic will be addressed in an upcoming video. Delegation of responsibilities is complex to implement and requires more preparation and implementation time. Accurate visibility of these requirements is a crucial prerequisite for the selection of this specific mode of intervention. The activities of a competence center are less industrialized, monitored, and guaranteed compared to a service center. In addition, they generate less economies of scale. The service center is the intervention mode that requires the most important preparation due to its complexity of implementation. In addition, it requires at least strong sponsorship from ADSI, service-oriented maturity, precise knowledge of IT activities, and sufficient activity volume for the operation to be profitable. I hope you enjoyed this summary of the main modes of intervention. Thank you for listening and see you soon on my next videos.